Alright, what's going on, guys? I'm back at it again in here for another video for you guys for today. And today I was in here for another review, and this time for my SmackDown review. Of course, SmackDown was live this week, and with that being said, I wasn't able to catch the actual live show, but I was able to tape it since I had class, so I was getting that classwork out of the way first, and once I came back, I was able to come home and watch SmackDown, and you know, I gotta say, overall, it was actually fairly decent, and then we had some, you know, pretty good matches to say the least. Some things I didn't really care for about the show, but, you know, overall, there were some good things that I did enjoy too as well. And anyway, we did get to see some returns with a couple of legends, so that was actually pretty cool in itself. But before I get into the actual review in itself, I just want to plug a channel that I've been plugging with a good friends of mine right here on YouTube, and with Simon Michael HD, Boston Fan, Canadian Warrior, and Jeff Ferrara, which is a channel that we created not too long ago. And basically what you're gonna get out of us there is, you know, for those of you who aren't able to make it to the Ustream shows, those shows will be uploaded to that channel. So for those of you who miss it, which hopefully you guys aren't able to miss the next one too, which will be coming up for Final Resolution, which will be coming soon, so I will be keep you up to date with that. And you know, with the channel is Wrestling Passion Crew, so hopefully you guys can check out the link once this SmackDown review is over. So hopefully you guys will check that out, and you guys will not be disappointed, and you guys will not regret it, and you guys will be, of course, entertained, not only there but as well as on Twitter. So be sure to follow this there. Even though I wasn't basically too much active on Twitter during SmackDown, but you know, I was during Raw, so you know, maybe once the next live SmackDown, whenever they're gonna have that, I'll probably try my best to be a part of it. But anyway, that's basically it with that cheap plug there, and you know, I will be plugging it for here now and my videos. So that's basically it with that. And now we get into with SmackDown overall, and we kick things off here with Mick Foley coming out and basically explaining how much of a Christmas nut he is and how much he enjoys Christmas, and you know, basically putting on a good show for the SmackDown Live special. And this is actually basically the second SmackDown Live special that we've seen this year, so hopefully they'll keep it up and we get to see more once in a while SmackDown go live. So you know, that's it when it came to that. Then of course Cody Rhodes comes down and basically interrupts Mick Foley, and you know, going into this whole thing with him and Booker T, and Booker T was out there celebrating with Mick Foley and everything, and Cody Rhodes really saying, giving it to Booker T that he'll never be a champion, and you know, he isn't what he used to be, and you know, not nearly as good as a competitor as Cody Rhodes, basically. So this feud is actually still continuing. We were supposed to have a match on SmackDown, but that never really got underway, and Cody Rhodes looking to attack Booker T, so this match didn't really get to happen. So I'm hoping at TLC we will get to see Cody Rhodes versus Booker T, and maybe even for the Intercontinental Championship. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. That should definitely add a little bit more to it. So I'm not too sure how long this feud is gonna last, you know, going into with these two. So I will be looking forward for it, and it has been actually good so far. And also, we did get to see a return from Goldust, so it looks like we might get to see Cody and Goldust right after Cody and Booker T, which should be tremendous. So that's basically it when it comes to the beginning of SmackDown. So that's it when it comes to that. And then we got into a Divas match, which didn't really care for. It was an okay match to say the least, and nothing really too special here. But I guess you can call it a battle royal, if you will, but just basically most of the SmackDown Divas and some of the Raw Divas as well, and basically having, I believe, we had Brie Bella winning it there, so it was just a mistletoe on the pole match, which, you know, I didn't really care about, so you know, it's whatever. So it was an okay match, nothing really too special. So moving along when it comes to the next match right after that. Next match, we have Justin Gabriel taking on Jinder Mahal. Now, this one wasn't too bad, went pretty well for what it was worth anyway. And in the way, it was kind of all Mahal at one point, and him continuing this little program, I'm sure, with Ted DiBiase, which is, going pretty well. So we'll wait and see how that's going to turn out as well. So it's good to see that at least, Ted DiBiase is doing something, and at least being able to be in a program with someone, so that's actually pretty cool in itself. But anyway, it was Mahal and Justin Gabriel winning things down a little briefly, what we did get to see here. And we see the kick to the gut here, as well as the knee choke. And like I mentioned, mainly all Mahal in this one, and we did get to see that distraction from Ted DiBiase and trying to help Justin Gabriel, which actually does, and Justin Gabriel does get the defeat to Jinder Mahal, and that's basically what helps him win there. So, the match in itself wasn't too bad, and that was actually pretty good for what it was worth. Next match right after that, we got Tyson Kidd against Kofi Kingston, and this one was pretty good too as well. We see, basically the fast-paced match between these two, and not that bad of a chemistry between Tyson Kidd and Kofi Kingston, so they did actually put on actually pretty good match, and I was actually kind of into it as well. And in the end, we see Kofi Kingston get the defeat on Tyson Kidd with the high crossbody there, so that's basically it when it comes to that. So Kofi Kingston, yes, does get the win and defeats Tyson Kidd. And then we get into the next match, of course. Right after that, we see basically in a way a street fight here between Randy Orton and David Otunga. And this one, wasn't too bad, it was alright. Basically what we did get to see here, the ball to the outside, the shots on the barricade, and the use of the Christmas tree, of course, which is there at ringside. So that was pretty funny in itself. We did get to see some weapons use, which is cool in itself as well. So, gotta have the weapons in this type of match, so why not? And in the end, Randy Orton does get the defeat over David Otunga with the RKO. And we also got to see Wade Barrett trying to help out David Otunga, but that basically backfired, and in the way which helps Randy there. So Randy Orton getting the win and defeating David Otunga right after that. So Randy does get a win for this week. And right after that, we get into the Battle Royal, which really I didn't really care for. I was actually hoping Sheamus was gonna win this one, but it is what it is. And yes, sadly, Hornswoggle does get the win, so, and actually has a shot to actually earn to speak. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, Hornswoggle finally basically spoke, so it looks like he will be speaking, and that's basically it when it comes to that. Nothing really too much to explain there. So it is what it is, and didn't really care for that, so it's whatever when it comes to that one. But then we get into the main event, and something I really was looking forward for since Monday and last week. So with this one, of course, we did have the Steel Cage World Heavyweight Championship match between Daniel Bryan and Mark Henry, and this one was a good main event. And Daniel Bryan really trying to prove himself that he really wants this World Heavyweight Championship opportunity, and I like what they're doing with him, giving him the slow build, and hopefully in the end there will be a good payoff for Daniel Bryan. And one of the things that we did get to see in this match, and we did get to see a little bit of mainly Mark Henry, but Daniel Bryan was able to come back in this one. We see the quick escape attempts a couple of times by Daniel Bryan to try to win this one as well. We see the kicks here, as well as the ankle lock by Daniel Bryan, a couple submission moves, as well as the label lock, of course, was also in this one. And at one point, Mark Henry almost won, and then we get to see, of course, more escape attempts too as well. So I made up for a good match, and Daniel Bryan trying his best in this one. So like I mentioned, I like what they're doing, and trying this slow build to see how he would do in the main event picture, and so far it's going pretty well. So in the end, we did get to see the Super World's Dragon Slam, if you will, from the top rope, which is actually pretty sick there. And sadly, Mark Henry does able to get the win and defeats Daniel Bryan, even though as much I really wanted Daniel Bryan to win, and I thought he was actually going to win it. That didn't happen, but there's always next time, so hopefully once he gets his actual shot, even though this was basically, good enough shot there, so Like I mentioned, I like what they're doing. Hopefully Daniel Bryan next time will eventually win the World Heavyweight Championship and actually keep it for a good couple of months and have a good run with it. So, that's basically it when it comes to close with SmackDown, and that's right, Mark Henry, like I mentioned, retaining the world title, and that's it when it comes to the live SmackDown special and the live holiday special, even though it wasn't a holiday, so it was pretty random there when it comes to that too in itself. But anyway, that's basically it. And let me know what you guys thought on SmackDown, what you like, what you didn't like, what you thought could have been more differently. I'd love to hear you guys' feedback on it, and what are your thoughts on Daniel Bryan's slow build up? Do you think it's just a good thing? And let me know what your rest of the thoughts on SmackDown. And definitely go check out Wrestling Passion Crew. Like I mentioned, you guys will not regret it. On checking it out, you will be entertained, of course. And that's about it for me. And as always, I will talk to you guys, of course, as always, later on. Peace.